Hey everyone, I'm Brendan Bardick, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to build and create $1 million marketing strategy. We're going to jump in. I'm going to take you through step by step. Before we do that, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell so you're getting all of our latest videos. Leave me a comment. I would love to know your feedback, questions, anything that's going on in your real estate business that I can help with. Let me know. That's what we're here to do. All right, so we're going to jump in. Make sure you stick around to the end. I'm going to tie this all together and kind of put a bow on it, so hopefully it makes a lot of sense. But let me take you through the steps and then we'll get there. So, all right, let's start out with the number one thing we've got to talk about, all right? So there's three main categories to building $1 million marketing strategy. You have to have an 8x8 system. You have to have a 33 touch client for life system, and you need to have a haven't met 12 direct system. And people will just go, whoo, Brendan, that's way more than I had anticipated or have any desire to deal with whatsoever. Relax, it's a lot easier than it sounds, okay? So imagine if I only taught you how to do 3 things and you got to make $1 million or more, and I have agents that are making way more than $1 million doing this system, but just think about it, 3 simple things. So let's talk about what an 8x8 is. An 8x8 means that from now until the end of time, any person that you meet, right? Anyone at an open house, a networking event, that you're talking to on the phone over a period of time and building a relationship with, that you're going to do the same 8 steps 8 weeks in a row to earn their mind share, right? You've got to kind of burn yourself into their brain 8 weeks in a row. Now, below we're going to have a link that shows you exactly what I utilize and what my team utilizes to have great success with this, but you can customize it, right? There's not a one size fits all for everyone, but there are some complete, very specific guidelines that you should follow. So why 8 weeks? Why not 50 weeks, 60 weeks? 8 weeks they found nationally from all these major companies, Coca-Cola, Geico Insurance, Tesla, all of these companies have looked at it. They have realized that to earn somebody's mind share, you need to be in front of them 8 weeks minimum in a row before they'll recognize who you are. So we're trying to do the same thing. So imagine you meet somebody at an open house, have a great conversation with them, but don't do anything or don't talk to them for 4 to 6 weeks. Or you call them once and you have a great follow-up call, maybe even send them a handwritten note card. You're like, call and handwritten note card. And then they go, we're not ready for 2 years. You never do anything, or then you maybe check in with them once every 6 months. Well, they're not going to even barely remember you because you didn't have the right to earn who you were in their mind for the first 8 weeks. So you really got to think about that. Think about like dating. I always, people laugh at me because I joke a lot about this subject, but again, when you're first, years ago when you're dating somebody, for my example, right? You're dating somebody, and in the first 8 weeks, you're going to have to do a lot of nice, special things to make sure that they go, wow, that person's amazing and they really care about me. If you just basically showed up, bought them dinner, and then never did anything over the next 8 weeks, you probably wouldn't earn a lot of trust, nor would they probably care about you in any form or fashion. Okay? So just kind of think about it like you're courting this new person into a certain aspect, all right? So now we're talking about first step. Make sure you start small. So start out with a 3x3 or a 4x4. Don't try to do all 8 steps maybe for every client, but you develop in your system the 4 things that you do no matter what. Remember, you got to start small. If you were going to start trying to bench press 500 pounds, you wouldn't start with 500 pounds. You would start with 50, 100, 150 until you got up there so you don't break your darn sternum. That's what happens. If we try to implement too much too early, we'll never do it. All right, so the 8x8 system. 8 touches, 8 weeks in a row. Week 1, handwritten note card. Very simple, you can do that. Next week, then you do the same thing every time. A text, a phone, a social media connection. 3rd week, you send them something in the mail of value. 4th week, see what I'm saying? You go on, but you need to be doing 8 touches, 8 weeks in a row to earn their mind share. All right, that's the 8x8. Then, after the 8x8, you're gonna put them into your 33 touch client for life system. This means for the rest of their life, every year, they're going to receive a minimum of 33 touches every single year so that you can win their mindset when it comes to being top of mind all the time. right? You want them to refer business to you. You want them to be able to tell their friends about how great of an agent you are and how much they love you and all of this. It takes a minimum of 33 touches to do that. So what defines a touch, right? That word touch. A touch is a phone call, a text, a direct mail, anything that you're doing that a pop by, connecting with them on social media, could possibly be this. Not just liking something, that's not a touch, but maybe you sent them a private message on social media just saying, hey John, it was really great talking to you at Susie's Barbecue. I had such a wonderful time. If there's anything you ever need, just let me know, and please let me know if I can ever send any business your way. That would be a touch. Liking a picture of their dog on Facebook, not a touch. All right, so it's something that you're actually doing to exhibit that you care about this person in some form or fashion, because you do. That's how you build a great business, is by showing people that you care and making sure that it's systemized, because life happens so fast. If you don't have this in a system, you'll never end up doing it consistently. And if people don't feel like you care about them consistently, why should they care about you? Doesn't work that way. Now, 8 by 8, 8 touches in a week, goes into my 33 touches. So here's the 33. You're going to have, very easily, you're going to have 12 digital market reports. So you can set this up through your MLS, your website. They're getting some sort of market information every month digitally. 12 direct mail pieces. Something quirky once a month, something real estate and information related once a month. So 12 direct mailers a year. The more you put thought into this and the more better they are, the better response you will have. Then 4 phone calls. 1 phone call every 90 days for the rest of their life. We teach a lot of other courses, and our coaching program really drives home what you can do to talk about them. We have scripts, dialogues, ideas, all kind of cool things. So check us out on that. That's at brendanbardick.com. Then lastly, and the phone calls are important, but here comes the real important piece. 5 personal touches. You got to have 5 touches throughout the course of the year that signifies, I care about you, I know who you are, I know what you're about, and I want you to know that I know these things. Because if you know that I care about you, then I'm going to try to reciprocate that at some point. So, birthday card, Mother's Day, Father's Day, don't do the traditional things. Christmas, stay off the beaten path. Right? Find out unique things about them. You should be able to know this if you're seeing them on their social media, what they're into, what do they like. If they're a cat lover, then send them something cat related once a year. Send something to their cat, for God's sakes. You really want to make somebody love you? Send them something to their cat. Find out their cat's name, next level. The secret to this whole world is in the 5 personal touches. So there's your 33, 12 market reports, 12 direct mails, 4 phone calls, and 5 personal touches. That's the system that you're going to be doing there. All right. So lastly, so you've got the 2, the 8 by 8 and now the 33 touch. And our last system is our haven't met 1 by 12 marketing program, meaning once a month, 12 times a year, to a targeted group that we want to hopefully raise their hand and become a MET, meaning the 33 touch and the 8 by 8 program at some point. So this would be a farm, a neighborhood, for sale by owners, expireds, all of these different things that you can categorize to mail to. That's what this is you're going to be looking at. Now, when I say mail, this could either be that you're sending direct mail to that targeted group. It could be digital, but maybe digital is not as effective because it's going to go to their junk mail. We've found that direct mail works best in combination with phone calls at some point. So I know I'm saying 12 direct mailers. You can just do that as the minimum, but imagine if you were marketing to a neighborhood. Here's what we do. You're marketing to a neighborhood 12 times a year, minimum 12. Now, the more you do, the better success you'll have, but minimum. Then I'm going to go and find out the phone numbers to that mailing list. Now, you can do this with a number of different dialing systems. TruePeopleSearch.com you can use this on. You can buy software that does this. There's a company called NexusLexis that you can check out that's extremely expensive. That's about $1,500 a month to find this data for you. Depends on where your business is at and what size it is. But data is everything, right? So I want to find out the information on my targeted group, that on my 1 by 12, so eventually I can call them. Eventually, I can get their email address. Eventually, maybe I'm part of the community that they're involved in. So let's say that this is, a political affiliation perhaps. Well, I'm going to be marketing to that political affiliation. I'm going to be showing up at the meetings. I'm going to get the phone call list. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to offer my time and service to them so I can become a part of that community. That's what I want to do. Charity is a great example for a Haven't Met mailer, right? You can start working on a charity and then offer things in your business. So again, for us, we have an amazing charity that we support, and we every year during a certain time, if you mention the charity that we're involved in, I donate 25% of the commission to that charity in your name. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with this, right? So remember, to recap, you need to have an 8x8 system. Every time you meet somebody, burn yourself into their brain 8 weeks in a row, burn yourself into their brain. Then number 2, you've got to have a 33 touch campaign for life system. So every year for the rest of their life, they're going to receive these minimum 33 touches. Then that's for the people that you've met, know, and that you think are going to do business with you. Then with the haven't mets, this is people that you're marketing to that you hope raise their hand, and you get to actually have a conversation, meet them, and do the 8x8 process with. All right? So to know the numbers, you need 500 mets to make $1 million, 4,000 haven't mets if you have an average sales price of $500,000. If not, you're going to have to double those efforts, or if your price is double that, split it in half. But we know that those are about the most accurate numbers, and you do need both to make this system work. Okay? So check out our other videos that talk about this in full length. Go and make sure you have the script book so you can understand what to say to your database, what to talk to them about, all that fun stuff. It's all available at brendanbardick.com. And as always, I wish you great success.